tip. I see a book bag. You got a new cup?
You're listening to IBNX. IBNXradio.com.
Welcome to the word of mine, where our thoughts ring out and our ideas shine. From the underground to the corporate highs, the ugly streets and celestial skies. Our perspectives flirt and intertwine, planting seeds to birth something divine. We are guaranteed to blow your mind each time, every time.
Hey, welcome to Word of Mine, the hottest show online every week at the same time. Tuesdays from 7 to 9. Hit us up on that timeline of that hotline. No Drake. Save your brain from the mundane of your day to day. No cake though. Food for thought for you don't choke. No discussion too taboo. Our mission is to engage you, empower you, entertain you. See the world from 3 different views. Straight Grizzly got that upside. Now I hit you with the inside in case you get you on the plus side. From the east side to the west side to the north side to that south side. Straight about the A, but we worldwide. 2 goddesses, 1 guy. Spit Visine for your third eye. Clear away all the grind. Just tune in and turn up and let out that word of mine.
Information is the key to getting better. Word of mine. We can build this community together. Word of mine. But we gon' take you there. Better beware. Yeah.
Straight Grizzly.
Keisha. We do it 'cause we can.
Yeah. What's happening, people? Welcome back to another wonderful Word of Mine Tuesday. I am Trey Grizzy.
And I am yours truly, Nine Ether.
That's right. This is a special Word of Mine Tuesday. I mean, every Tuesday is a special Word of Mine Tuesday. Okay. But this one is not because it's guys. It is also our 1.5 year anniversary.
Really?
1.5 years on the radio.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, I just reminded you of that on air.
Right.
That's how I like to do it.
Just take me aback like that.
There you go. Okay. So we had to do it special today. We wanted to do a testosterone takeover because we've had, the usual listener's choice, and we've had the women takeover for the whole month of May. Right, May. Mm-hmm. No, that was Mystic
May. And then
June was the women takeover.
Right.
Was all about women, I should say.
Summer of women.
Right, Summer of women. So this is gonna be a testosterone takeover.
You got testosterone in the building?
If you watching, you don't see the testosterone yet, but
I'm sure it's on its way.
It will be on the way. So until then, Nine is gonna help me out with a little bit of hers. She got a little bit of that. She can hold down with the best of them. Okay. So
yeah, you know what? Let me tell everybody that when Trey Grizzy has a male's night out, like a guy's night out, I always get an invite. Like, I don't think he never not invites me. Like, I'm just one of the guys.
Right.
Dead ass. Like, hey, me and the fellas hanging out at a strip club tonight. After that, we're going to go to a hotel. And I'm joking. Not all that.
On the
it's a lot of male stuff that I get invited to.
On the reverse side of that, I'm always hanging with... I don't hang with the girls. Let me clear that. I always be around the girls. Let's just say that. There's always some stuff going on, and I always end up hanging with the girls. And they cool. They cool with me being around because they know I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Okay, anyway, we got Tippy in the building. What's happening, bro?
Woo.
Yes, sir. Hello. Thank you for bringing the testosterone in the building.
Okay.
A little more in the room.
You got a little splash.
So definitely we had what was this weekend? Labor Day?
Yes.
Labor Day weekend. Did y'all have a good Labor Day? I know you can't answer me right now, but I had a pretty good Labor Day. Always good to hang with family. There's been a lot of family kicking it lately.
Good good thing.
9 Ether.
Excuse me?
9 Ether.
What?
Y'all, this what is it? The everything going on, the new moon, the retrogrades, and everything colliding. The total eclipse is still having a problem on. It is thrown Superwoman off her game, y'all. 9 Ether is under the weather.
Yeah.
Has been under the weather lately.
It's, you know what? I think since you put it like that, like I had like this little piece of vulnerability. I don't know what happened. I just.
Everybody got hey, Superman got his kryptonite, right?
Oh, yeah. That corn gonna kill me, y'all. Got me broke out in hives, and I just look and feel horrible. But it's all good, though. Watch, I'm gonna bounce back. Just know I gotta keep that garbage up out my diet.
Hey, it's just a reminder. That's
GMO corn, I'm gonna do a whole segment on it. Just when I get done with corn, ain't nobody fucking with it. Okay? I'm telling you, ain't nobody eating corn no more when I get done.
Wow. See, this is why, and it's just a reminder. And it's just a reminder that you are human still. Or this is how it feels to be human. Let's just say that. That's how it feels to be human. All right. Welcome to our race. But anyway, enough of that. We're going to jump into some music. Like I said, today's Testosterone Takeover Tuesday. And it's all about guys and guy situations. And ladies, if you ever had anything you want to know from a guy, about us, I should say, anything we do, this is your perfect time to get that question in. So make sure you hit us up, 678-688-4269. That's 678-688-IBNX. Make sure you call in with your questions, your comments, and let us know. Guys, too, you just want to talk about something, let us know. We're going to take this break. We'll be right back.
Yeah, if I could go back to that day we met, I probably would just stay in bed. You
Testosterone Tuesday.
That's
Is that what it's called?
Testosterone Takeover Tuesday. Close enough.
Okay.
So I got a question. Why you thinking? And this is something I wanted to ask you.
Hold on. You
Yeah.
want my opinion again?
I know, right? Every time after last week, I shouldn't want to
I
ask
ain't answering you nothing else. I'm good.
And she always give me the disclaimer, pause, be like, no, I ain't gonna say nothing. I be like, go on and tell me. And as soon as she do that, why I get shot up. You asked for it, goddamn.
Right.
So yeah, it might be another one of those situations.
Oh, loud.
So
I'm ready to embrace myself.
and here's the thing about it. This is pertaining to me.
Okay.
But when I thought about it, look, I took a picture of myself. You know, I'm trying to get more into my social game, get myself.
Right.
And I'm looking at my big Robinson nose. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I want to accessorize that thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, what if I get my Tupac on?
Oh, the Tupac. I thought you were going to get like the little.
Hell no, I can't stand those. I can't stand those. I can't stand those on women either. No hoops, none of them bull rings, door knockers, none of that.
But you're going to get a Tupac.
And this is the thing. I got so quick into wanting to know what other people thought about it. I ain't even put real thought into if I really wanted to do that. I just really, what if I did? Or what if I wanted to? And then I started asking people. So that's been my survey lately. This whole week has been asking women, what do you think about guys
and piercings?
With piercings, as far as nose piercings and things like that.
You know what? When it comes to self-expression, I don't think there are any limits. How a person chooses to express themselves, and that's like my real answer. You know what I'm saying? It's like the real answer. Like, I think a man should be able to beautify himself like all and any other animals. You know, you got the lions that wear the beautiful mane, you got the deer with the beautiful antlers, you got the peacock with the beautiful feathers. So it's nothing, and it's not uncommon for a man to adorn himself or to, you know what I'm saying, accent himself. So I am not impartial to piercings. Now from a social perspective, like,
yes, there you go.
I don't know how I feel about it, you know, like, it's whatever. It depends on how that person carries himself. Like, if they got that funky, like, you can't be no man with like 12 piercings in your ear and then you already got that little slanted ass hand right like, I'm not hanging out with you like that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have a talk about what's really going on here. You know, so I think if it fits your whole package and it fits the whole demeanor, I think it's acceptable.
But that's the thing. How does it fit? Because when you think about it, like most people, it would fit more with the person with the earrings all on and all that, right?
No, but you know, if a person is self-expressive, like if I came in tomorrow with maybe a different color hair, like would you be surprised?
No.
If I came in here with a bodysuit on and high heels, would you be surprised?
Probably not.
Okay, if I came in here with my nose and my tongue pierced, would you be surprised?
Yeah. Not really,
no, because it fits the person.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I'm liable to damn do.
Right.
It could be
Right.
anything. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm kind of conservative, really, but I'm still expressive. You get it? So I think if that person is already expressive and they own that piercing, I don't think nothing is wrong with it.
Okay.
You know?
And I feel you on that for the simple reason I say if I did get it, it's like a new person. It's like you got to... I think
that's
you
right,
gotta,
because the fact
fit
you asking about it, you might not own that little piercing.
Right, not just, it's like a new me if I was to get it.
It's reinventive.
It's part of the reinventive process.
Okay, I can dig
so
it.
if I was to get it, then I'm going to live to that, whatever that standard. It's going to fit. It's going to fit the new me.
I'm going to get a nose piercing. I'm just going to go.
I'm just going to go, wow. I'm about to, Dennis Rodman, I'm about to turn all this. Nah, just playing. Nah, but... Right. So that was the first step of it, was the women. Because that's who you really trying to impress, or that's who you care what think.
Okay.
Second step was the acceptability of the brothers. Now that is where it gets where I thought it would be.
You asked them about the piercing?
Yeah. Okay. And then I also asked surveyed men.
Okay.
75% and this is just a number I'm throwing out, but 75% of the men I ask is pretty much, nah, bro, that's suspect.
But like, what kind of men are you asking? Like, you
Tippy.
can't act like no brute.
What you think, bro?
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I don't really see no problem with it because different things are for different people. That's just like people who get gauges in their ear.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily do it. I don't see nothing wrong with nose piercing. I don't see nothing wrong with piercings at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it really just depends on what you went to.
Right.
What you like. I got earrings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And a long
Right.
time ago, if men had 2 earrings in their ear, people were like, he got
Yeah,
both
you
of
had
his
to
ears
have
pierced.
one. You had
Right.
to have
Like
what, the
that-
left one in?
Exactly.
And you couldn't have the right one
Right.
in. But it's like, it's a new day and age. So.
Right, and I think this kind of like the same thing.
Right. It took me
And
forever.
even Pac
to get
made
my
it
right.
cool.
It took me forever to get my right one pierced, and literally like 5 years ago, maybe. And I got 3 in this ear. That was my mistake though, because I pierced it myself. So yeah, I was nope. All right, cool. And I actually used all them modes too. So
Really?
yeah, I did in school. Yeah, I used to rock. I rock 3. I rock 2. You know, whatever. So yeah, man. Yeah, I ain't even put no thought into it really, but I just wanted to know because it's funny. Like after I got that response, like it was expected, but it's like, why is that still a thing? You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
That is so, you know, the whole suspect thing and all that. Like,
I wouldn't even say that. It's just look at the artists now. You know what I'm saying? Look
Right.
at Young Thug. They got lip piercing. Wayne, lip piercing. Some of them got it
Eyebrows.
right here.
Right.
Like I said, I don't. That's almost like a female saying if another female got this, that's a sign that they
they
gay.
gay.
But I don't believe that. Some women it just look good on. them. You know what I'm saying? Some
Oh,
of them
really?
get the diamond piercings.
I didn't know that.
But
Yeah,
you never heard that?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
That's-
like a.
I hate
that's
when
another thing.
something gets marked
Right.
Exactly.
accidentally. Like it's
That's
just
just like back in the
coined.
day if you wear an earring, one earring in the right ear.
In the right,
And
yeah.
you automatically, you feel me?
Yeah.
That's
Right.
automatically.
Or
sending
women
a
who wear
sign.
anklets. They used to
Really?
be
That's a
yeah,
thing?
a long time ago, like in the early
that mean?
80s, girls who wear anklets just mean they were hot, they were fast. Or a long time ago, prostitutes. That's in
wow.
in countries where women were dressed. If a woman had her feet marked like anklets, then you knew that she get down with the get down because it was a little bit. The times were subtle, so you know you can't just be like, "Hey, what's up?" Like women doing it now. You had to show subtle signs that you were that kind of woman, and that's what wearing anklets come from.
Whoa.
And so a lot of times things will have a history like that as to why they're taboo inside of our community or whatever. Then sometimes not, but for anklets, yeah. And so those had a bad name. And then you just look with as the times go on, then some of that shit just kind of like fades away.
Yeah, see, a lot of, I say maybe 3 of the guys I asked are kind of homophobic.
Right.
Which-
So that's what I'm saying. You got to see who you're asking too.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think there's no wrong or right way to be you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you is you today, is you.
Mm-hmm.
If you is this person today,
Yes.
and then tomorrow you can be something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a part of reinventing yourself. That's
True
a
that.
part of changing your mind. Like you have the right to do that. So yeah, I mean, not to go off on the deep end. I'm a little elevated, so you know I'm up there. My thought process is a little elevated too. So I'm sorry going off on the deep end. Get your nose pierced.
Okay. Okay.
I think you look cute with a little bull ring. To be honest,
Yeah, nah, I
I know you don't like it. I'm just saying.
don't like those, nah. And that, I don't know if I can match up to that one. That's a whole different,
I don't
that's your
find
boy.
that.
He gotta get some more tattoos and wear some tight shirts.
No, that bull.
Right.
For males or females.
Yeah,
I don't like it
me
either.
neither.
I'm not a fan of that.
I don't me
at
either.
all.
To be honest,
Nah,
I'm
you
just
in the
giving him
face.
a.
Yeah.
He got a cute little nose that flare up on the end, so it's like,
Ooh, my nose.
yeah, child.
Anyway, so yeah, you know, I'm thinking on that. But moving on, you come up with a question?
I don't
For us.
know. What else we talking about?
We talking about guy shit.
Okay, so a typical guy question: why and how does beer taste good?
Seriously?
Yeah, that's a real guy question.
Well, I'm on the
I mean, I might can
I
get a
was
little
about to
deeper.
say, you don't.
I can get a little deeper later,
Oh.
but that's like a real where? Like, where do you adopt that? Where do you allow your palates to acclimate to such filth?
Let me answer
I'm
that.
joking.
Let me answer that with the same thing though. Let me answer that with the same thing with dry wine and stuff like bitter wine. Like, how do you acclimate to that?
Well, see, wine, okay, has a start and a finish to it. So it's about, it's about a whole little experience right there. I don't know if beer, I've tasted a few craft beers in my day, and
Right.
but I don't. The taste never, I don't know. I guess it's just something you have to acquire.
Right. Everything. I think all of them. Same with beer. It's acquired. You drink beer. Most of us start drinking beer because we want to
Beer
be.
makes you pee and it makes you fat.
I hate beer.
So
but it
why
also
does it
makes
do
you
that?
drunk. So
But look how much you have to. The volume is low. It's like 5%. If you drink an IPA, 10, 11% max on a beer that you have to drink 24 ounces or 16 ounces. You drink 4 ounces of wine. You 13.5%. You in there. Yeah. Minus the fat.
Think about it though. It's just like cigarettes. Why do people smoke cigarettes?
Oh, that's an addiction. That's a little bit
It's an
different.
addiction. Beer is the same thing. It's not as addicting as cigarettes because it doesn't have that addictive quality like nicotine, but it don't.
Okay.
To some.
I'm just thinking like nicotine is a whole nother monster.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes you feel like you're hungry or something.
Exactly.
Right?
It make you feel like you got to have it.
Right.
So with beer, it's an acquired thing. You start drinking it because you want to fit in or because you want to get that buzz, and then you start getting used to it. I personally like the taste of beer now.
Okay.
It tastes good.
Okay.
Most of them.
Okay.
And you get to trying other stuff with the flavors and all that. But
Next question.
Yeah, next question. Right after we take a little pause for a break, commercial break, and we're gonna be right back.
No matter what you say, what you do, when I'm alone, I'd rather be with you.
those things that you want.
Right.
Because if you can't attain those, then how are you going to provide for a whole family? You get what I'm saying? So I think it's good to have dreams and to be a dreamer, but at what point do those dreams become goals?
Yeah.
Right.
And then they start to become accomplished. And then you can start having those things. And that's the only reason I would say there's something wrong with the grown man still chasing a dream. Because at this point, sweetheart, it should not be a dream.
Right.
I think you just found a solution, though. I think you found a solution. Instead of saying, stop chasing your dream, you need to focus on your priorities. Instead, turn it into a conversation of how can we make this dream real? How can we start to afford this? How can we get this
Like
dream job
set
accomplished?
goals that make perfect sense.
But that goes into
Turning from a dream to a goal.
support. You know, that's a whole nother conversation. You know, well, a lot of women come into it when they see you have that goal or dream, they already set against it. You know what I'm saying? And there is no support there, which doesn't help. I think what it is that aids to the problem is also that when it comes to dreams like that, between men and women have different sets of dreams. They dream too, but if they're gonna dream, they're I don't know how you want to say
I
it.
think reality set in a little bit faster for them, especially if you got a family.
Yeah.
Because it's like they feel like they back up against the wall and business got to be taken care of. So
Right.
I think that's why women come from that point of
And not
thinking.
even all women, though.
Yeah, because it's something that's
Boy.
supportive.
But I also
It's something
know,
that's really supportive.
I think a lot of women, their dreams are those things such as a family, getting married. Those are their dreams. So much easier to come by. And then once they're living it, now you ruining their dream by doing your dream or whatever. Like sometimes it could be into something like
What about
real careers. Like I want to be a nurse. I want to be something.
Right,
That's
I was
how
gonna say,
women do
right.
with their dreams. Men are more, as y'all would call it, women. I mean, dreamy. You know what I'm saying? We a little more far-fetched. Ours are, like he said, more competition. Ours is a little harder to attain, and it's almost like a lottery sometimes with a lot of our stuff. So,
But who wants to be living a life that they really don't want to be living?
Right.
That's just like there's a lot of people that are successful because maybe their parents wanted them to be a doctor. But this doctor isn't happy with what he's doing. I won't want you working
personally
on
know
me.
a doctor that
You know what I'm
he's
saying?
still trying to be a rapper.
Doctor, you know what I'm saying?
I know people
So
like,
it's
that
like-
too. But I think in situations like that, if a person, you just have to be true to yourself, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's like being true to yourself and then finding. I was driving here today, completely off subject, but relevant. And I had this epiphany that I get everything I want.
Support that.
Everything in life that I want, I've gotten it. And I was like, that's because I create my own reality. That's because I make those things happen for myself. That's because I won't have it any other way. That's how I get what I want. So I've shaped that reality. I've shaped my own reality.
Right.
And that's powerful. The average person is not going to do that. I get it. But in order for us to get in motion, you know what I'm saying? Like, and start fulfilling our dreams or start having the things we want to start being true to ourselves and knowing who we are is by defining who and what we are and who and what we want. You know what I'm saying? And just taking that little bit of control. But that was kind of off subject, but I think it was kind of relevant. Was that relevant?
It's very relevant.
Okay.
In other words, you have to make it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because I was gonna say men and women alike. Men and women alike. Because you have a lot of women that'll say, okay, I'm gonna be a doctor, but I look up every day and it'd be like youngest female judge, or you know what I'm saying, a whole female pilot crew. I'm like, wow, damn, okay, So I think it's the same with men. I don't even think that's a gender based thing. I just think some people got it and some people
Right.
don't. And some people gonna call you out on it. You might just be
Right.
with a type of woman that's just gonna call you out like, hey, wake up. And then you might have a woman that's okay with everything you're doing, and she doesn't see that a strong need for you to change. And you ask yourself, what type of woman do you want? Do you want one that's going to push you to be better, or do you want one that's complacent, being where you are still dreaming? You know what I'm saying? So that has a lot to do with it. Whoever is identifying these, you know.
But I'll be honest with you. Either way, I feel like personally it still falls back on what you said, making them goals, because that just made everything fall in place. Right. When you said make them goals, even if you're still chasing dreams, like you said, when you make them goals, you giving yourself deadlines, and you actually not only that, you making progression.
Right.
Subconsciously, you don't even see it or think about it, but you still making progress with whatever it is you're doing.
Right. Right. It's all about realism. I mean, you just got to be realistic with yourself at some point. Make those goals realistic. I mean, like you said, when it comes to rap, you might have skills, but everybody can't.
Right.
You might be able to put a younger rapper on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To teach them the game and become a manager. Right. And that could have been, that's what you were supposed to be doing, managing.
But you know what?
Right. Exactly.
I think a lot of times we restrict the way we think with certain ideas. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. So let's say, for instance, you want to be a rapper. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's your goal, and you get to this point in your life. I want to be a rapper. I want to be a rapper. But how many people can rap?
Musician,
first of all,
period.
Yeah, music. Okay, how many musicians are in the world? Millions, right? Mm-hmm. Out of those millions, how many actually make it to wherever mainstream media?
Half of 1%.
Half of 1%. Okay, how many of those people get some type of notoriety on a social platform? Maybe 1 million Instagram followers or YouTube subscribers. Mm-hmm. You know, another half of 1%.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, what you do, and that goal on a global scale is so infinitesimal. Mm-hmm. It's nothing. It's a big race out there. Mm-hmm. How do you compare? A lot of times, people who succeed in that type of industry were just at the right place at the right time.
Right.
That's how you get people in the industry that are not even good musicians.
Right.
Or can't even rap. They just at the right place at the right time. They knew the right people. Right.
Right.
So now, if I'm setting that same goal and I want to be a rapper, and I know it's 1 million rappers out there, what sets me apart? That's how you start to think, okay, well, maybe I ain't going to write. Now you turn on, you got 1-800-411 pain. Mm-hmm. You got like straight rap commercial. That's somebody who wanted to be a rapper, who didn't make it mainstream, who redirected his dream into a goal and still got on and still making money and still get to be a musician. But what he did is he simplified and he projected that dream to be a more, it's like having a research topic about cats and then talking about why cats down on their feet. You simplify a broad topic into a very narrow perspective, and then you create an avenue for yourself that's not as charted. It's like the same thing with saying, okay, I'm going to go to school to be a doctor. You may take biology, and then you may become a biology engineer. You know what I'm saying? You may be, my sister went to Georgia Tech. She made prosthetic legs. Like, who thought of that? Mm-hmm. But she wanted to matter somewhere, so she went somewhere that was uncharted. You know what I'm saying? So she thought, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes having those dreams, like, okay, I want to be a basketball player. Okay, maybe you won't get in the NBA, but maybe you can go be a great coach somewhere. Or maybe you can go and play overseas, or maybe you can start your own sports camp. You see what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times, being globally expansive and being motivated to do that, because a lot of times people, we just don't do it by ourselves.
Right.
It's like this simple platform of a cookie cutter reality. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many other things out there, but yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Next question.
Next question is the one we've been expecting.
Mm-hmm.
It comes up, and we have to talk about it. Why do men have to have more than one woman? We got some amens in the back.
Yeah, I heard somebody say that.
They want to know, why do men want to? Let's keep it funky. I ain't never held that secret from my perspective. I mean, but I'm waiting.
I want to
let the guys. I'm gonna let the guys.
Oh, Tippy.
Why do men have to have more than one woman?
And I don't know if that's the same as why do men have to cheat. It's just, why do we want to have more than one? I guess
as far as like in a relationship, because if you're single, it really shouldn't matter how many women you have.
Right.
But that's the difference.
And let me tell you something.
And it's a headache.
I know it's testosterone takeover.
Go ahead.
But I was thinking, and I had this conversation before, a lot of times when men and women enter relationships, they do not clearly define parameters. And men will oftentimes use that as an excuse to do certain things.
And most times, you set those parameters
Mm-hmm.
in black and white lines, and you have her sign the paper saying you read this
They signed a
from top
contract
to bottom,
Okay.
and they still flip the script.
because they're emotional, and it doesn't matter. It's gonna. I don't care what you
He's
set
talking
up.
about the women though, flipping the script because she didn't clearly understand the parameters
I
of the
mean,
relationship.
okay, I was talking to my homeboy, my cousin earlier about this, and it's like some women are just crazy. Like some of them are okay with saying they crazy and playing that role, but not every guy is into that. You know what I'm saying? So some women, they play the role. You know.
So what I'm
a
getting
lot of
from
them
Tippy.
don't.
So why do men cheat though?
Hold up. What I'm getting from Tippy is, what he's saying is that a man could lay it out like he wants to be. He's
like,
dating.
This is what it is.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
He
We
doesn't want to
And
be
then
monogamous.
after a while,
We're not
it's-
exclusive.
It's like
not
this.
exclusive, and
We have an understanding that we have a sexual relationship.
Mm-hmm.
We had that understanding. Things go to the, you know what I'm saying? We delve into that. And then after a while, guess who's going to catch feelings? And guess who's going to try to
And I'm
turn that
gonna
into
answer
a
that.
relationship?
I'm gonna answer that, and I tell my homegirls this too. And I'm that nigga. Like that's me. This is who I am. Like I've been there before. I've been on the same side as the men before. You understand? As far as not being faithful, so I got an answer. I got my very own answer on why people cheat. But
right.
in my experiences, when I was dealing with a guy and it was sexual, I made sure it was sexual. When I come over, cut the TV off, dog. This ain't no date. Let's get it. I know I'm serious. I'm serious. I'll have sex, and when I'm done having sex, I won't even get in your tub, dog. I'm going to wipe off. I'm going to get in my car, and I'm going to go home. And we don't go on dates. We don't hang out. We have sex. You understand what I'm saying? And we never get the lines crossed. We never get it twisted. See, what happens is a woman will sleep with a man and they going on dates. They laying up in each other. They doing boyfriend
But
girlfriend
still,
shit.
not everybody built like you.
They're
though.
doing, but that's where the problem come from, and that's
Because it's
fine.
like this.
But when you start crossing those parameters,
So
now
what it
you're
sounds
saying
is a
we're
man
it's just
doing
a sexual relationship, but you're having an actual relationship by doing things like going out and hanging out and laying up and spooning.
So they
Those
want
things
more.
create feelings, and now y'all go together.
Okay, let me tell you something so simple. So simple.
And we got
So-
another comment too coming in.
So me and this girl was having relations one time. I told her, I was like, "Man, why you want the lights off? Like, I want to look at you." She was like, "Oh my God, you want to look at? I don't."
That's so annoying.
She was so. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this.
Right.
Let me tell you this.
Covers off.
I was like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "That's what's wrong with y'all women now. You need to learn to love yourself." Like, I was just saying that. Why did I say
Why
that?
did you say?
I was saying that from a place of like honesty. Like, y'all need to love yourself. Everybody need to love themselves.
She took it personal.
Man.
I don't.
So it's like,
Okay,
oh
so
my
that's
God,
character.
you
So when
told
you're
me, I'm
dating
like,
somebody and you're getting to know them, those
But is
are
that
the
leading
character
her on?
flaws you look for.
But I'm saying, me saying that, is that leading her on to make her
Right,
catch
yeah.
deeper feelings? Because it's like, oh, he cares?
Yeah, but you still didn't keep those clearly defined lines about, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's clearly defined. I'm just saying, I
you
just,
just caught feelings
Look,
because you made
yeah,
Look,
but I wasn't trying to
What's
charge
up?
or nothing.
Keep
Right.
keep trying to talk.
What's
I'm
up,
gonna
Keith?
say one comment. First of all, black men don't cheat. That's the first comment.
Oh.
Second comment, yeah,
That's
because
right.
look, it's 2017 now. I think this conversation would have been different, 5 or 10 years ago. But 2017, everything's kind of equal. You know what I mean? Like, to Tippy's point, nowadays you lay out all the rules. You done sign the contract, but most people don't read the contract. I just think men and women do the same thing now.
They don't read the manual
We all
either.
getting caught up. It's 2017,
Yeah.
but for the most part, women ain't reading the contract. I don't care. I'll let a female know straight up, look, this is what we can do. You tell me this is what we can't do. If I don't want no girlfriend, I don't want no girlfriend.
Right, and I get that, but
I'll
there's
let you
still
know.
men out there to the women who ask the questions defense There are still men out there who are leading women on like it is an actual relationship, and they're still cheating. They still got their side pieces.
Google everything.
No, that's beside the point. I'm not your private investigator. If we're in a relationship, then I don't need to go and hunt you down. I'm not finna spend my time and energy with somebody I'm supposed to trust trying to find out what you're doing when you're not with me.
But I got
because you're being dishonest.
Just know that what we got is what we got. And boom.
That's not the question. The question is
why
do men cheat.
Boils down to.
This is not about you personally. We're saying men in general.
I don't think it's just men though. I think it's 2017. Everybody cheat.
But
this is what it boils down to.
That's not what she asked.
But check this out. This is going to answer that question. Why do men cheat? What is the woman doing or not doing? That's the question.
Right. So why don't you just leave? If a woman isn't giving you what you want.
Not doing?
Because it goes back to what you said earlier, and I only concede to that. Because we selfish.
Okay.
Because we want to have.
For real, Teray. Can y'all edit?
I'm just being real. Because we want to have our cake and eat it.
Appreciate it.
Can I jump in?
Oh, please do.
I don't jump in often, so y'all know I
can. Oh, Lord.
So the question is, why do men cheat?
Right.
Okay, now I've asked a couple of men this question, right? And the answer that I get is because that's just who they are.
They're cheaters. No, you talk
that
to
they
cheaters.
weren't naturally supposed to be with one woman in the first place.
I agree with that.
But I'm going to go back a little bit to switch up a little bit on something that Keith said about today. And today, actually, the way that I see it on what's going on in society, there is no need to cheat. And in the essence of everything's allowed now in relationships. You having open relationships. You having women openly sharing their man and knowing that they're sharing the man, and not that the women and the two women are together or even dealing with each other.
They just know
that he has another girl, but it's okay because
that's what I say too. You can find somebody who gonna put up with your mess or put up with whatever type of relationship you want.
So they don't even have to cheat. So the standard, and I tell anybody this, and I'll say this to my women all day: we have changed the standard by what we have allowed. Now,
you know what? I saw a meme. I saw a meme today, and it was like, the guy says, "Baby, I cheated in 2000, like 10 years ago," and the girl is crying, and then it's present day over here, and it's like, "I cheated." She was like, "Yeah, me too." You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "That's sad but true." I'm like, "Is it sad because men still cheat, or is it sad because women stop crying and start getting back at them?"
It's
like that's the question to ask.
Because y'all want men to be better, but it's like y'all are appealing to the lower selves of men.
That's not lower self. That is the natural order of things.
But y'all really feel like all men?
I don't feel like men cheat. I don't believe in cheating. I don't believe in those. I believe it's cheating when you're lying about it. That's what makes it cheating. When we have an agreement and I go outside of that agreement and do something that we did not agree upon. Unfortunately for us, we don't communicate enough to even set those boundaries in the first place. So we make assumptions on what a relationship is. So we lay down with a motherfucker, we lay down with somebody, and after that we think that, hey, we go together. You at my house every day, you eat my food, you done met my kids, we go together. We start. We're not talking about you. We're talking about people in general get together and then they start being in a relationship and nobody clearly communicates. Is this exclusive? Are we in a relationship? Are we having an open relationship? You understand what I'm saying? Are we doing threesomes? Or are we going to do this? Is this going to be a polyamorous relationship? You have to ask those type of things, especially in 2017. But if we had already been doing it, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. Because we would have already been clearly communicating what we're doing.
But I'm agree with Tippy on something. Okay, it is very true that men can be very honest with these women. I've done it myself in the past, where I'm supposed to have an understanding of what it is in my mind that we gonna get this man, so we gonna give him everything, move a certain kind of way, and at some point he's gonna give in, and at the end of the day he's gonna give in,
and that's right. But that doesn't mean he's cheating at that point.
No, he's not cheating.
Right.
I was just commenting on Tippy.
Right.
That's when the men end up like, "Oh, when'd you get a girlfriend?" He was talking because I told you what me and you was doing.
I've been in a situation like that before.
But I think men cheat. Men cheat just to find something else, because if you got a good woman, right? You know you got a good woman, right? But it's just like one or two things she ain't gonna do. Sometimes these good women don't want to do certain things
That's what I was saying.
just yet without having certain
not?
levels. So, you know, she might be perfect in everything. And she tell me, well, you know what? I don't want to do something until we a couple months in. Cool. I gotta go get something in over here just on the side. And over here, she understands it. She understands it.
Okay, I can understand that.
Then don't cheat. Just don't get into the situation, or say you can't deal with those things. It's too but you risking
because that's why they're selfish.
Her anyway when she finds out that you're cheating.
That's what it goes back to being selfish.
Right. But then it's like stretch it out. Like if I tell you now, you gone. If I keep you along, I might get a couple more months hitting that up out of you.
Now,
and then you find out, and then you're gone. Either way.
You're gone.
You're gone.
Oh, that's
selfish.
The story
selfish.
is don't cheat.
But it's not cheating. Well, okay, let's get to the bottom line of the question, which is the baseline. Why do men like to have more than one woman? Bottom line, ABC is we just like
power.
We just like options. There you go. It is a power thing. We like to.
I can speak from my own personal self. It's power.
Right. That's all it is.
That's
you want to see if you can. You can still get what you can get.
Ego, you know, because when I look at my phone and I look up and be like, man, hold up, I'm only down to about 2. I gotta, you know,
Oh, really? No, I don't think like that. I think it's been times where I have been in a relationship. Or I guess, or a situation, whatever you call it. And I've been there, and I'm not a big love person, so I don't do the whole love. I don't do the whole commitment. Like, I've always had issues with those things. I don't believe in monogamy. You understand what I'm saying? So I've always had a very custom type of thing going on in my life. Just that's how I am. And up until a point where I feel like, oh, now I don't need to look no more. So it's always like, yeah, I got this person, but this ain't where I'm ultimately going to be. So that person who I'm ultimately going to be with is still out there. And I can't find it committing to this person. I'm just doing this to pass the time. And if it's me that you've been with, and I've been clear about, I'm just doing this to pass the time. Because I ain't no liar. But at the same time, my eyes are always open because I'm looking for that person that I ain't got to look no more with. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to look no more. I'm good with you. I'm straight. I'm satisfied. I don't need to find nothing else. If we find something else, we're going to find something else together. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we're a team now. You found somebody worth conjoining with. And until I found that, then hell yeah, my eyes is wide open every time. You can't even hold my hand in public, partner, because I'm looking. I've always been that way until I had a reason to stop looking. You give me a reason to stop looking, I stop looking.
Until a man gets to that point, he's going to be on a point where he's like, a man look for excitement. Men look for, you got to keep a man excited. You got to keep him on his toes. It's not about the sex. It's not about none of that, because you can give good sex. You can do everything in the bedroom, but what did she do it a little different? Or she looked different doing it. Hell, I don't know. It don't matter. It's just the idea that I can get somebody else to do it. It's the excitement.
I mean, I've been so far removed from feeling of a relationship that is like, I haven't been in a relationship in like 8 years. So that feeling of feeling like I'm stepping out on somebody, it never happened. That, like, even with my homegirls, if we doing something sexual, I'm gonna let you know what it is, but that shit don't be turned out in my favor ever.
That's a key word for women right there. Should be talking men talk. Homegirls. When homie talks about his homegirls, that means you one of the home girls. Come on now. Because if you was my girlfriend, I would call you my girlfriend. That right there should let you know too.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Going off of the homegirl situation, right? So do you guys feel that the women should be very receptive to these homegirls that you have, since y'all do classify some of these women that y'all deal with or have dealt with as homegirls?
Okay, well, in a relationship, I feel
depends
like
on where the relationship is.
Yeah.
Because if you've been married for 10 years, the homegirls haven't been around for about 10 years.
Right.
They haven't been around.
Homegirls can't pop up out the blue.
You're in true love. The other friends, they fall aside.
Right. But I don't think they can be like we've been dating for 5 months and you be like, oh yeah, this is my homegirl. I'm like, nah. My first question is, when the last time y'all?
Exactly.
That's what I want to know. Like, let's be
always-
clear about this, because now if you have a homegirl that's your homegirl, then I should have already known. The type of person I am, when you meet my homegirls or my homeboys, I'm gonna give you a rundown. Oh, that homeboy, yep. Yeah,
But I'm being real with you.
that homeboy, no, not him. This is my true friend right here. This is my true friend. I slept with this
So
person.
in
I
other
slept
words,
with
you
this person.
letting them know, okay,
I'm gonna let you
worry
know
about that one. Worry
yeah,
about
we gonna
that.
play fair ball. That's
But
right. We gonna play fair ball. You might have to worry about it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Me
You might have to worry
Then
about
it's
this.
gonna be a situation where, okay, you can't hang around.
And now
you gonna
your
be like,
trust
all
should
right,
be in me at that point.
Right.
Your trust
But
is
see,
in me.
that's
Your
the whole
trust ain't
thing.
in them.
That just goes back to trust.
See, with me, I don't deal with a lot of people. For one, I don't let nobody in my personal space. Right, because I uphold that space. This is my sacred space. You ain't coming in here if you're not worthy of coming in here. So everybody get placed on the outside of the perimeter. By the time I say I'm in a relationship with you, I'm dead ass serious. Like, I'm not playing no games.
Right.
I'm not lying to you. I'm not trying to trick you. I want us to be on the same page. I want us to see things eye to eye. I want to be that much open with you. Keith make me sick. He makes me sick. But I'm saying that, so at that point, I want you to know what's what, so you can defend yourself, because I ain't never trying to have you out there embarrassed. I don't want you out there looking stupid. I don't want nobody catching you off guard with nothing, because if you look bad, then I look bad. We look bad. And so when we uphold a relationship to those standards, then you ain't got to worry about that. I'm not lying to you. You understand what I'm saying?
This is why she's an honorary testosterone talker, people. This is why she can talk with the boys.
Right. Because I think if we keep it real in that perspective, you ain't having no flaws in your relationship. So when I did mess up, or when I do mess up, you knew first, so that when somebody come to you with that bullshit, you can be like, "Nah, I'm straight. We good. We handled that. Thank you very much." And you ain't never caught off guard. You ain't never embarrassed. You ain't never out there. If you love somebody, you don't put them out there like that.
Me,
you know what I'm
personally,
saying? Like, that's how I get down.
If I'm in a relationship with somebody, unless if we couldn't avoid the situation, I wouldn't even have you around anybody I mess with, period. Because just out of respect, because it's like, why would I still be around them? Unless if
Shout him.
the situation.
What happened if it's that homegirl that you just, that's your real homegirl? Y'all been friends since you were 5 years old. Y'all best friend, y'all cool, and y'all just banged out a few times.
Right.
Y'all just got down a few times, and now you found somebody you love and you gonna be with. No, this is my homegirl that I love and I care for, and I slept with her, and I don't sleep with her no more.
Then you gotta choose.
Then, nah, hell no.
You gotta choose. You do. You have
because
to do
because I'm with you, I did not give up
access.
access to the opposite sex. I did not give up access to my friends. I am not doing that, because I am my own individual person. I was this person without you. I had these friends without you, and if you cannot accept me for who I am, you need to roll on.
And
Some of my
that's the way it's supposed to be, but that's not how it goes.
Yeah, that's how it's going with me.
Because speaking typical women, I totally agree with you. But typical women, you got to cut her off.
Exactly.
Because every time that you talk about her, talk about going somewhere that she's going to be, in that woman's mind, she is now thinking about what you're going to be doing with her. It's maturity, it's insecurity, it's a lot of different things.
I ain't gonna say I would be spending time with her alone like that. Like, if for me as a woman, or like, I ain't gonna go like, okay, well, this is my homeboy, we used to do our thing, and I'm finna go to his house and hang out. At that time, we have to set parameters. I'm not gonna stop being that person's friend, but I will set parameters to say, so that you feel comfortable when I see him, you can be with me.
But what if you got to choose though? Like, what if you to that point, right? Because y'all talking about why men cheat, right? I think the reason why Mike and me agreeing on you got to choose is because once we know we don't want to be out there like that no more, we don't want to cheat. We don't even want no temptations. That might be the best homegirl ever, and we done did some things, but I respect you a lot more. I got to cut it off.
Temptation is out there anywhere you go. There's always going to be temptation.
One person that you
have a homeboy
and she won't say nothing.
You got a homeboy where y'all did something. That goes back to why do men cheat. Let's say if your man is okay with y'all being friends, you still got that gateway open. I understand it's about trust, but let's be real. It's 2017. Fuck trust. That shit don't exist. That gateway is still open for y'all to be doing something. So why would I?
But that's
put
why
myself
you
in that
establish
situation?
boundaries.
And I was cut off from the whole.
That's why you establish boundaries.
But
I'm not
that's
going
still
to
a
tell you
setup.
something.
That's still a setup for failure.
No,
That's a
because
setup
I'm
you
not.
got boundaries.
Okay,
You
and
don't
I
got
get
no
that.
boundaries.
I get
That's
that,
still
and
a
I
setup for
understand
failure.
that. But that's why I don't relationship. Cause see, I ain't finna be nobody's slave. Like you not finna make me do
Exactly.
anything that I don't want to do. You're not gonna make me lose a friend or somebody that I love and care about, but choose not to be with. I'm with you because I chose to be with you, not because you own me, not because you control me, not because you control my friends. You don't run me. You understand what I'm saying? You're just who I chose to share my life with, and we can grow and we can go up here. But if you still worry about low level shit, then you're not the type of person that I need to be with. Because that friend that I happen to sleep with or slept with in the past might be the key to help us build what we got to build. And you worrying about simple shit like sleeping with somebody.
You sound like a soul situation. He can get you the job.
I'm not talking about she made you. I'm talking about
soul
you
food.
made the conscious decision. I'm not talking
That's
about
why
like
I said establish boundaries.
Okay.
That's a conscious decision to say, okay, we're not going to deal in this capacity.
Look.
Right, she's saying that she's setting her own boundaries for
Check this
herself.
out.
You shouldn't have to have her choose.
Right,
she
you're not
wants
gonna give me an
rules and
ultimatum.
Regulations. Don't be calling
Did
me
y'all
at 3 o'clock
see-
in the morning. No, I'm not coming to chill at your house. I'm not going to do those things.
Right.
Because I understand that it's a respect. It's a respect level.
Has everybody in here seen Soul Food, the movie?
Yeah, we've all seen.
Okay,
something.
y'all
When I was
remember that
6.
time? Y'all remember that time when the old boy got out of jail? He came to the salon and was like, hey, I'll go out to dinner with you. You help my man get a job. He found out they used to date back in the day. He used to call her Cola. And he whooped the man at the job. So was she wrong for that
And she didn't
situation?
disclose that information though.
that was different.
And she didn't disclose that information.
Why? Because she knew she was wrong from the beginning.
And her, that wasn't even a friend. That was just old jump off.
Exactly. So that's
That
what I'm
was
saying.
old boy.
That's the same
Right.
situation.
That's
Was
not
he
the same
wrong for
situation.
reacting how he did?
No, he wasn't wrong. That was a whole nother situation. First of all, that's a movie. Second of all,
No. But we saying the same
but she
situation.
didn't
If
say
you
this
was
is my homeboy that I slept with, and he wasn't aware. Because had he been made aware of that, then that dude wouldn't have been able to use that against him. Because he was
that dude
already
wouldn't
aware
have
of it. You
been
understand
able
what
to
I'm
do
saying?
nothing. Period. Because he wouldn't have been there had the job.
But not like keep it real because you're a female, but you're a different type. So for the typical female, right? How many typical females are really going to give that list out anyways? Like you might give the initial list because you know how y'all do.
Oh yeah, man, you right.
It's like the 5 dudes that don't.
You right.
Ooh, the
You are so right because if they say
secret
5,
list of names.
you got 15. So you ain't gonna get the right list anyway. You are so right. He is so right about that. So you'll be around her homeboys that she don't
This a
count.
reverse
She
testosterone
don't
type
count.
of right.
Men like a third of the list.
Right. You so right about that.
The list of how
y'all
many
lists is a
men
lie.
a woman has slept with.
Yes.
Or disclose that information.
Like, who even talks about that?
We already knew. But
this
that's the thing though. That goes to we already in the blind because you're not going to give us the right numbers anyway.
I would give
so
you
when your
whatever the hell
homeboy,
you asked for.
Thank you.
But
So if
maybe
your
the
homeboy
average
come
woman
around-
won't.
Saying that you're not
Right.
typical. So I'm not typical either, but I'm gonna speak. I look at it from both perspectives. Okay, you are correct. We're not gonna run down if you're in a room with 5 guys. Oh, by the way,
I
Johnny
slept with all
slept with Johnny.
3, 5 at the
But
same
I do
time.
feel that out of respect for your man, if your man is going to have to be dealing with an individual and being in an individual's face and things like that, regardless of how you may feel about having to give him this information, if you know, this is my point, if you know the level of individual that individual is, you need to tell your man what went down. Because there are different levels of men. There are men that you know that he's not going to have nothing to say. He's never going to come to your man and throw that in his face because that's not him. But you know the one that still wants you or still trying to whatever or just is ignorant like that, that might throw some shade and just throw some salt in the game for no reason. That's when you have to tell your man. So no, truth be told, I will not run down no list to you, but I will never put you in a position to feel disrespected or allow someone to be able to disrespect or embarrass you either.
So is it wrong for a man to not give out his accurate numbers?
I mean, you saying numbers and a list. Now the numbers is
it's
different.
The situation.
Right, like just the numbers is one thing, but like she said, a list like, oh yeah, I slept with Jake from State Farm, I slept with Chris, I slept with, you know what I'm saying? Like that's too much because we bestowing
State
that
Farm
like that's
can't call my
like are we
house no
really
more.
exchanging that kind of information?
I'm getting Geico.
Right.
State Farm
Man,
can't
I
call me.
say-
I'm canceling tonight. Let me speak to Jay.
Made that mistake. No more. I ain't telling no more. So anyway, we got to take a. Well, hell, that's our segment. That's our topic.
Do we need
for
to
today.
we need to spill
I
it
think
over?
we need to spill
We
over.
can spill it over.
I mean, we can spill it over a little bit. So let's take a music break, and we'll be right back with this topic because this is a good one. People call in.
Word of mouth.
It's a great topic.
with the inside, with yours truly, non-ether. We're gonna carry over our testosterone takeover for the day. So I'm gonna postpone my inside. We got some more questions coming in. This is getting interesting.
Okay.
What do we have here? What does that question say?
So we have a few questions coming in. Special edition word of mine.
Okay.
All right. And the question is, you are the moderator.
This question says, why do men have communication issues? Oh, somebody trying to get to the bottom.
I'm telling you.
Oh, it's boring. There's science behind it.
Yeah.
Women speak 7,000 words a day, and that makes them able to handle emotions better. And this is like college research and stuff behind that. Men speak 2,000 words a day, and we just don't. Right, we just don't express our emotions.
And I believe they speak 7,000 languages a day as well. So that's why.
Yeah.
We can't.
For them 20 words y'all say, we say,
I think we're clearly wired differently as far as the yin and yang energies and what we feel are important, and things like that. I think men communicate, but they just, like she said, they communication issues. Like, it's just not clearly communicated. I think a lot of times we think stuff, but we don't say it out loud.
Right.
We think stuff, but we don't say it out loud and make it make sense. Have you ever thought about something and said it out loud? Like, that's dumb as hell. Why would I do that?
I think with men, we communicate up front, and then, after we do the initial communication, kind of let you know, like, the ground rules. Not rules, but, just how we are. After that, we don't have to say anything else.
Right. Women, let me tell you why. Men are logistic, so you guys don't have to say the logistics out loud. They just make sense to you. So you can say, I'm going to go pick the kids up. But you didn't say, I'm going to go pick the kids up after I go meet my homeboys at the bar and have a drink. So I might be 15 minutes late picking them up, and then I'll be on home after we go to the grocery store. See, women, because we're not logistical, we have to say that shit out. It got to make sense. Okay, 8:45, I got to leave here. I got to do this. I got to do this. That means I got to pick the kids up. See, we have to say those things back to ourselves because it just makes sense. Whereas you may not say it out loud, and because you didn't say it out loud, it never made sense. It made sense on a whole scale, but logistically breaking things down, a lot of times men don't do that, and so we'll have a communication barrier because we think for others as we think for ourselves. So I might think that you notice something about me that you can't even see. Your eyes, you don't even have a vision to see what I see, but I might see it in you and think you see it in me, and now I'm treating you like you see something that you can't even see because we think for others as we think for ourselves. It makes sense? So now, I think men do that a lot too. They just think that you get it. Y'all just think that we get it. And we be like, no, because you didn't say that. Or you didn't explain that.
But a lot of times, I think y'all have conversations with yourself in y'all head. And forget
we make up stories in our head. We make up stories.
Y'all have the conversation already planned out. Y'all had a conversation in y'all head, and y'all be so into it. It's like you feel like you talked to him about it, but you didn't.
But wait. But you know why we have to do that? Because y'all are not communicating. That's why we have to.
But how we gonna communicate if you never said nothing?
No. What?
I'm saying a lot of women, y'all. Okay, let's say like it'd be a situation with a dude. Y'all would be so indebted into y'all own thought process and y'all thoughts about the whole situation, you forget to talk to the guy.
No, I don't.
Let me break something down.
I don't think so. I don't think that's it.
When we get things from seeing our parents, right? And I'm just going to use this a hypothetical situation. This is a hypothetical situation. You get up every day. You see your mom and dad in the house. They moving around. You see daddy get up. You see him. You see mama say, "I need you to stop by such and such." She say the bare minimum. Your dad, he come home with everything he need, right? He come home with everything he need, and that's just how things were done. It was a simple, clear-cut communication. Right? And so when you get your family, you take on that same type of communication. She say something, you just do it. But what we don't see is those 5 and 6 years in the beginning where they were having those conversations and those arguments and trying to get to know each other. Right. Because a lot, I say that about text messaging. Like, if we don't know each other, don't text message me because I don't know what you. I might think you get smart because had I said that same sentence, it probably would have been sarcastic as hell. So now I think you're being sarcastic. So it's about knowing each other and getting that communication and knowing what you mean when you say this, knowing what you mean when you say something like this, knowing when you're joking, knowing what you mean when you say, okay, you know that by the time I get home, this need to be done, this need to be done, I would like this done. Does that make sense? Kind of getting to know each other so that it can be a call and response type of communication later. But you can't call and response or communication between two people without first establishing the language that y'all speaking.
Right?
No,
Let
but
me take it from another angle. Guys, and a lot of guys probably won't agree with me. I'm just, my favorite word, devil's advocate.
So Ray, we will edit you.
Oh, here we go.
You will get edited.
Pride.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think, I'm speaking for myself here. I don't like to feel like I'm answering to you. I don't like to feel like I got to check in with you. I don't like to feel like I got to break down everything or have everything broken down to me.
Okay.
So sometimes it's just like, as far as communication goes,
I agree.
What I'm saying?
I agree.
It's going to be bare minimum.
Okay, but see, here's the thing. The individual that asked that question was not speaking from a communication of where you going, what you doing, and why you doing it. It's as far as communicating on as a whole, communicating your feelings, your emotions, your wants, your don't wants, your needs.
You talking about ammunition? You talking about something that you're gonna use against me as soon as you get mad and try to say that's why your mama dropped you off and you was this way. You still feel bad about that because that's what women do.
That's another thing.
And
We know y'all.
Well, see, and here's my thing in response when people say stuff like that. Like, if you're with a woman that does that to you, then that says something about you. Like, I wouldn't be with a woman who's going to use those type of things against me. Yeah, I'm not going to be with somebody that's going to use that against me.
Just like
and communication in that sense, I think men are afraid to open up, for one. I think just like he said, they see it as a weakness. Now they're exposed.
Afraid is a lot of women use that against men.
I'm the male version of you, right?
What you mean?
Like, for real.
I'm the different type of man. Like, I'm more in touch with that other side in a sense. Yeah,
so you
when it comes to all
those type of things.
I'm a hell of a communicator, and that's what what he was saying earlier.
But women use that against you.
No, but see, this is how I am when I communicate, and I'm a lecturer. And I mean it this works from both perspectives, male and female, just depending. As far as explaining myself, I don't like to feel like I'm being interrogated or having to explain myself too much. You know what I'm saying? But I need information. Like, I feed off information, so I need to know these things. So I ask. If you ask me something, I will tell you. Right. But if you don't ask, don't assume that I'm going to volunteer the information. I will ask you a question over and over again until you understand that you need to volunteer me this information. You understand what I'm saying? Because I have a need to know those things.
That's how dudes operate, though. Like, straight up, because I'm not going to volunteer any information. You ask me, I'll give it. Like, you ask me something, what's wrong? I'm going to give you the, what's wrong, and if you go deeper into it, we go deeper into it. But outside of that, I really don't have to. One, because I'm not going to say, like, females don't care, but I feel like it's almost to a point where, why am I going to open up anyways? I'm going to just open up enough to get you to, feel satisfied, because once I give you that bare minimum.
I was going to say it too. See, if a man feels comfortable, women have to have a certain type of maternity before a man is going to open up. If you're not a maternal woman, he not opening up to you like that. First of all, you have to be exalted. You got to be better than him. He has to look up to you. He has to admire you. And then he's going to open up, because now he think opening up is going to help him. Right. If you can't help me, then why am I going to tell you this?
I open up to you.
I know exactly what it. Why would I tell you this? What the fuck? What are you going to do? Outside holding against me. That's a pawn. Like, that's a weakness. I'm a woman and I feel like that. I'm not telling you nothing. Why? If I'm telling you something, I'm telling you because either I'm giving you some kind of fuel, you know what I'm saying? I'm teaching you about me, or I'm teaching you how to be from my own experiences, because I'm trying to build you up. But that's because I trust you. You know what I'm saying? Or like I said, you have that maternal instinct where I feel like you're going to help me. Also, I can be down bad. I'm not going to open my mouth to nobody unless I think you can help me. But also,
you said about the parents too. A lot of our fathers don't open up. Like, now, like, me and my son have conversations, because we're 2017, we're more aware. But I tried to talk to my dad the other day about like just mental health in general. We were talking about one of my siblings. My dad said, "Man, get out of my face with that crazy stuff, man. just need to go on to church and just. But mental health, that ain't no problem. And I'm sitting here like
different generation.
That that's
It is
part
a
of the problem. Like you
generational
probably going
curse,
through something yourself, but you don't want to open up and talk about it. Like, and so if we learn that from older men, it just gets passed down.
But you opening up that gateway for your son, like what you doing is more than just talking to him. You're actually teaching him how to hold dialogue with people.
Well, I have to because I also noticed too in 2017 it's starting to get real fractured. Like men are going crazy because there is no outlet. Right. I hate reading the newspaper every day because every day is a different dude that done snapped on a woman. Yeah. Then killed them and the whole family because no communication. They can't talk. They can't open up to somebody, and they don't know how to either. Right. You know, so it's two ways. One way because I don't want you to use it against me. Other reasons because I don't even know how to communicate.
Right. And I think that's where the power of the woman come in, and I think that's where we're truly magnificent. We as women we're creators. We create life. Like we can go in the kitchen and have flour and water and make your ass a meal because we're creators. So by us being that, I feel like it's the woman's responsibility to be able to be that person so that a man can feel comfortable enough to open up to you. You have to exalt yourself. Like you the iron fist, he just the velvet glove. Like we get it twisted by just giving that complete and total rule. He could think he ruling this, but it really is me. That's and I'm doing this because I'm behind him, massaging him the whole way. Hey baby, this what you got, blah 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 blah. He's going to feel comfortable enough to open up to tell me those things. Because once I know his weaknesses as his woman, it's my job to make those his strengths. I gotta get in there and fix him. I got to make him that person that's going to protect me because that's his job.
In 2017, women ain't fixing dudes.
You crazy? Okay, now that's
because a lot of them don't.
Okay, you're different, but we've had these conversations with other people. They ain't fixing men no more. So
I know, but that's the problem, and so we'll keep having this conversation because we're not fixing the problem when we are the only ones that can fix the problem.
And women don't know how.
We're the mothers. We raised them to be like that.
You see how that slipped in there? I was waiting on it.
Oh, I know she had my thing. I already saw.
What I said?
No, what you say?
She responded.
I know. And what did you say?
I said women don't know how to submit.
No,
I knew I wasn't gonna get.
But it's not. I don't think that it's that women don't know how to submit. I think that men misunderstand submission as control.
Right.
And that's what the problem is. So when y'all are saying that we're not submitting, in our minds, we're saying, no, we're not allowing you to control me because submission is one thing. Control is something totally different.
Right.
It's a difference. Because I'm going to be honest, a lot of men can't deal with a woman who can submit because they going to take it to a whole
But no, let me tell you something. That's where we have a small cultural variation. Mm-hmm. You have certain cultures where women are submissive. That's what they do. Right. And it just works that way. And that's just African women submit. They just submit. Their husbands get to go out that he get to do when he come home. She don't ask no questions. That's the culture. It's understood to be that way. You have a lot of Latin cultures where the men submit. The women are the aggressors in the relationship. And the men like, you know what, she crazy. I just come home, I bring the check home. We happy, we love each other. And they're more submissive. Well, we don't come from a culture where women submit. Like, tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, women submitted in the 60s when they couldn't leave and pack up and go buy their own shit because they couldn't go nowhere. But the minute they gave affirmative action and women started taking their ass to work and getting equal rights and providing for themselves, I don't think I've seen a woman submit since then. So that ain't something y'all used to. So stop acting like you just used to women submitting because a lot of black women just ain't being submissive.
I've seen it go both ways.
As far as control is concerned, like she's saying, I will be a woman for you, but don't take that shit for granted and act like I owe you something. Right. Because I will crush you. That's what it comes down to, and that's why women start to stand up.
It's a different type of submission.
Give me something to submit to.
Exactly.
Right.
And for second of all, you need to deserve.
Right. You do. And when I say submit, I mean just
before you say that, is explain from your perspective what is submission.
That's what I'm about. See, nowadays women. Like you said, women are working. Women are making more money in some places. Women are as our next question will say, is like.
Yeah, we do have a next question. Again, you are listening to Word of Mine Special Edition.
He gonna get your ass out.
Yeah, no, I wanna. Go ahead and say the question so I can.
Go ahead.
No, okay, but
I was trying to get to it.
So, but yeah, the next question is talking about women taking care, of men and things like that. Nowadays, it's a lot more of that. So women ain't in that mindset to let a man be a man. That's what I mean by submit. Because we know you powerful. We know y'all the queens.
I don't think
you have to let a man be a man.
That. What is the definition of a man today? Men first have to define what they believe a man is for us to allow them to be, because the definition is not the same like it used to be.
And me being powerful should not have anything to do with you being a man. That should not. If you are truly a man in your own right and you feel that, no matter how powerful I am, you would not be moved by that. That wouldn't do anything but compliment you if you were true and secure in who you are. Because power, like, I'm not saying being a rah 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 I control you type woman. No, I'm just saying being a powerful woman and having a powerful man is a good. That's what our families used to be. Right. So you can't be intimidated by that and say I won't let you be a man just because you have a powerful woman.
Because a lot of times the woman's not saying anything. She's not using it against you. It's just the fact that she has that power. That, and it's not even. The problem is the fact that she can be independent.
Right. And see, when a woman, a lot of times men like women that need them. Like, now I feed you, I pay the rent. You need me for this. It be some kind of control. You may need me for esteem. Wait, let me finish my point. Okay. You may need me for your esteem issues. You may need me because I'm a father figure. A lot of times women depend on men for something, and so they use that control. They're empowered. When you truly have an independent woman, she's with you because she wants to be with you. So you're not tricking her. You're not holding anything over her head or dangling her anything over her head for her to have to stay there. She's not depending on you to pay her rent. She's not depending on you to make her feel good. She's not depending on you to build up her self-esteem because she has it already. So when you stand next to her, you got to be on your shit. And see, a lot of men get intimidated by that because see, now you don't have an ace to play. You just got to come with it. You can't lie to me. You can't bullshit me. You can't run no game on me because I'm here with you. And a lot of men get intimidated by that, and then they feel like somebody's pushing on them. But no, I'm here now because I truly want to be here. And if you want me, then you truly have to earn me. See, a lot of men out there ain't earning the respect and the women that they have because they got something on them. They're holding something on their head. They are suppressed and they are being oppressed.
And that's what's making them feel like they're a man, even though they're really not.
And that is perfect.
So what do you need from me then? If you're an independent woman, what do you need from a man? Because I'm gonna need something from you, even as an independent man.
Well, you know what? That is perfect. That leads into our next question.
There you go.
Thank you.
And if you want to, you can definitely call in 678-688-IBNX. Again, 678-688-IBNX. And our next question, which actually leads into that, is why are a lot of men so dependent? And is it the woman's fault that most men are dependent, I guess, upon a woman?
Well, that kind of play, like you said, it does play a part in this question, in the conversation that we was having, because like Nine said, a man has to have his own definition of what it is for him to feel like a man. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's funny enough that in society today, as that question poses, men are okay with the woman taking care of them and doing all of that. You get what I'm saying? Even though those were the things that before defined a man as being a man, being the provider, being the one to give security and all of those things, they're okay with that until you tell them that they're not a man for not doing those things or depending upon a woman. So it all goes back to men have to define what is a man. You get what I'm saying? What is it today is a real definition of a real man?
And I feel like it goes back to what Teray said. Women kind of have to let men be men. Hold on. Let me explain. Because I see it firsthand with my parents. My stepmom makes 6 figures. My dad doesn't. But if you walk into the house, you would never be able to tell who makes more money than who. So in my eyes, I've seen over the years, they've been together like 12 years now. I've seen my stepmom grow and even allow my father to be the man that he's going to be, which is being a father, still being a provider, still being the quote-unquote head when it comes to certain decisions.
Right.
And she just makes more money. That's just how that goes. But I don't know too many women, because I think at the end of the day what you're saying is my dad has proved himself. My dad proved himself to be the man. And he's steady in the church. He does all the men.
So he had to prove himself. That's what you key word. Prove yourself. Like, it's not about I don't think it's about women being in control or making more money. I feel like even if I make more money, the average woman, if you with a woman that make you feel bad because she make more money than you, then again, you're making bad decisions, brother. Correct. Like, that's just not a good decision. If you got a woman who gonna make you feel that kind of way, that ain't where I want to be. Right. But I think a lot of times, I've been in a situation where I made more. I've always been in a situation where I made more money than the person that I was with. Since my adult life, since I've been a grown woman, okay? And I think I've seen people be intimidated by it. And I've seen people fall back because of it. And I'm the simplest.
It's nothing you did.
Right.
Nothing you
I ain't no flashy. I ain't like, yeah. I'm not doing any of that. I drive the simplest cars. I do the simplest things. I'm never boasting about what I have to anybody. So I'm not coming home like dropping no check on the table making you feel bad. If you at home, then I expect for you to do what I would do if I was at home. Because even when I work, when I'm at home, I cook, I clean, I take care of the house. Even when I'm working, even if I'm providing, I don't care what role I'm in. I'm not going to limit myself on that.
So you're right, though, right? But see, I'm talking about the general social media stuff, right? Because I've known dudes who, women make more money, they out working, take care of the kids, wash the clothes, do all the domestic stuff, but then she's still gonna call him a punk because he's not the one making the money. Now, what you're saying, if you with a woman like that, that's not a good relationship. Yeah. But I'm just talking about what's out there in the atmosphere right now today. Right. So I guess it kind of goes like, y'all want to know.
And that's because we have this back to what we were talking about earlier about people being extreme monogamous. We feel like we have to be in a relationship. We feel like we have to be with somebody. We have to be loved. We have to be grouped in. And that's a lie. That's the biggest lie ever told to us. You see what I'm saying? Because if someone makes you feel that type of way, there should not be a second thought. I cannot be, you know what? I don't want to be with you no more. Why? I don't want to. I don't even owe you an explanation. I don't want to do this because I'm not going to be with somebody that makes me feel that way. Especially when you know you're trying. But because we're extreme monogamous and we have a need to feel love and follow some proverbial set of rules. Yeah. Like, because you just want to be with somebody, and yeah, we do. We tend to be in unhealthy relationships a lot of times.
Sometimes you just feel trapped.
Yeah, and we tend to not work towards it because we want it to be a fairy tale, and we don't want it to be work. And relationships are work.
You and your little sidebar.
He do it all the time.
Well, I tell you, sometimes y'all just feel trapped. Open the door and walk out.
I'm not even talking about me. I'm talking about women and men.
Well, yeah, and that's the problem.
More women than men.
People stay in relationships for the wrong reasons.
Right.
If you feel trapped, go. You know why you probably can't go? Because of that same question. You dependent upon that woman for something.
Right. You need something.
True.
You need something.
True that.
And a lot
of not always. Sometimes you just want to be. I know somebody right now that's in a relationship because they just want to be a good dad. They don't want to leave their kids. Or they don't want to leave,
Yeah, men use that as an excuse.
They don't care about the relationship.
Men, that's the biggest excuse I ever. Men use their kids more than women use their kids. And a lot of times, let me tell you how the ego works, bro. Let me break something down. Men use their kids more than women use their kids. A man would be like, oh, don't have no nigga around my daughter. Don't have like they're using their kids as pawns to control the whole situation. Happens all day. Don't even try it. Men use their kids more than women use their kids.
Women do the same thing.
I didn't say that.
But you said more.
I said more. That's what I said. I didn't say the same thing.
Vocalize, but women have a whole lot more time. They're the ones that use the kids.
Huh?
I said a man can say that, but he's just saying that. The woman's still going to do what she wants.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is men will use that as control. Now, as far as I forgot what we were talking about.
Being trapped and being dependent is why you can't leave.
Right. But see, a lot of times your ego. The ego is the basic sense of survival. That's the root chakra, remember? Mm-hmm. That's your basic sense of just survival, and it's the most primitive state you can be in. And a lot of times when we don't elevate and have a social sense and a more loving sense of awareness, like, you know what, I really don't want to be here and misuse the person I love. I really don't want, like, we're not elevated enough. We're just thinking basic survival. So when you're in that mode and your vibrations are low, it's easier to be with somebody out of a sense of survivorship and not really want anything better and be okay with that person working and be okay with using that person, and even if it means misusing that person and feeling like I'm just here for my kids. That's what you're telling yourself to justify justify what you're doing. You're telling yourself, oh, I'm just here because I just got to do this. And no, you're there because it's easy. It's there because you got some place to come home and lay at night and it's a hot meal. It's there because you got some live-in, cut up, or whatever you want to call it, jump off every time you want it. And it's easy. But the minute you can get up out of there, you out of there. And you staying gone all day and you not coming home because that's your basic sense of survival, and it is independence. And it is independent. You can lie to yourself. You can tell yourself whatever you want to. You can try to justify that shit as much as you want to. But if you don't love somebody and you don't plan on elevating with them, then leave. Because now you're pulling that person down and you're pulling their energy and their vibration down, and you can ruin somebody, male or female, because women do it too. You can hurt somebody that's a good spirit by lowering their vibrations because you're just having a basic need of survival.
It still ends the same way.
Right.
That's true. That's very
It still
true.
ends the same way.
I'm serious. That's the ego. And so, yes, it is an independence. That is independent because you can't leave because you don't want to leave
So
because
let me
it's
ask
too
you this,
easy.
though, and I know it's supposed to be testosterone, but I just had this one question: Can you make more than a man, and the man still be the head of the household?
Of course.
Okay. All right. That's just ask.
Of course.
And that was the
Yes,
that
but
was
you
the
know,
situation.
Tippy said something earlier about us making stuff up in our heads. Men make stuff up in their heads
Oh, yeah.
too.
No, but it's
Because,
like this,
again,
though.
Women,
Check this out. With that
women a lot of
situation,
times are not throwing the how much money I made. You feel like less of a. If you meet a woman and she tell you how much she make and she makes more than you automatically feel some kind of way. She didn't have to do.
but you
nothing.
know what though? That's a man who's not securing himself. Cause if I meet a woman who's making more than me, baby girl, teach me how to get that bag.
But
So
so
we
what I'm
can get
saying
this
is, what
bag
about a
together.
woman who's like,
It's-
I'm making more? If you ain't making more than me, you can't be the head of the household. I mean, you just got to boss up, right?
Right, but some women
What kind of
actually.
woman y'all be dealing with?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
My woman ain't make six figures, so I don't know.
I don't see. I say if I'm making something, as long as I can take care of my portion, my household, whatever. Now, see, that goes to the next question.
As soon as you said that portion
Yeah,
stuff,
portion.
I didn't see my homeboys fight, break up over that. Like, nigga, you ain't running out. I pay my half too. Just because y'all splitting the rent is like, no.
Yeah.
Because what I'm saying
Right.
is, it don't have to be a hierarchy in a sense. I'm just saying in the sense that, like Teray said, a man, a woman's a woman. You know, wherever I'm slacking, you pick up. Wherever you slacking, I'll pick
But
up.
I feel
Right,
like
and that's
the
how it
way
should
people
be.
are raised, though.
But and I
People
tell
are raised like that.
Yeah, they are.
That's a
But I tell my
generational
kids,
thing.
my kids will say, I'll say, why is it no trash can? I mean, no trash bag in a trash can. Oh, nah, that was his responsibility. Sundiata was supposed to. I'm like, dude, this is your house. We live here together. You understand what I'm saying? And you have to have that broader perspective. Like, this is ours. We want to maintain this together. And I don't think it should be like a your portion, my portion split. Now, for monetary reasons, it's going to all make sense to us, and it's going to make sense to our wallet, and maybe a percentage or however you look at it. But I don't think stuff should be broken, split down like my half, your half, because that's separatism. And if you're trying to be a unit, then I feel like you're supposed to be a unit. And I don't feel like separatism like that.
I mean, if it makes sense monetary wise for y'all relationship to split, then do that, but
Right.
don't hold it over each other's
Or
heads.
how about
Similar
we
thing.
both put 30% of our earnings inside of a household account, so everything is covered, or 40%. So it's not like it's a certain percentage. It's coming out of one pot.
But
That's
you
the
talking about
household pot.
percentages, so
What if your percentage
Yeah,
is
yeah,
way
right.
higher?
Because
30%.
I make more
100,000.
than you, and I should be putting up more than
see
you.
that, but see that's nice. Women don't do that.
Oh.
Women ain't gonna
My
do
bad.
that. Women
Sorry.
is not gonna
No
come up
kind
in
of
there
women
like,
y'all
I
do.
know I make more money than you, so I'm gonna take care of more of this than you, baby. No, bruh. I'm paying all these bills by myself.
'Cause that
most-
made- make her
a
feel like
grown
he-
woman's status. Because guess what? Truth be told, if you was making more, what do you think would be expected?
Y'all
That's
see that's the
grown
question
woman
again.
status.
Y'all expect us to
Leave
pay
the little
everything
girls
anyway.
alone. Leave the little
Okay,
girls alone.
Most of them.
Thank
It
you.
goes like this.
Thank
If
you.
y'all on a date, right? If a man and a woman on a
Say
date,
it.
if the woman got $300 in her pocket and the man got $50, and they both know it, who should pay the tab?
Do we go together, or did you invite me out on a date?
Dutch.
Both.
If you invited me
You got
out,
to
I
split.
expect for you to pay. If you invite me out, I expect for you to pay. I expect to sit down at a restaurant and eat like I would eat when I pay. So that means if I order two $12 glasses of wine, I want to have that comfort. I don't want to watch your pockets when I'm on a date. So you better take me somewhere you can afford. Because I'm not going to scale down to satisfy your pockets because you invited me out. If I invite you out, I will pay. Okay? If a man invite me out that ain't my man and say Dutch, I will swing on that man at that table.
That's you, boo. That's you. General women, let's be real. They don't have that expectation. They
if you get invited out,
see, but that's where we got to change our way of thinking.
Whether I say I want to go out or not, you pay.
Oh, you paying?
But I got a question.
Now, women will say, "Okay, I'm gonna be nice."
I'll wait.
See, that's the.
I won't just assume I'm paying. You right? I'll expect for him to pay.
Right, but you're prepared. My mom told me be prepared to pay for your own money.
Right.
But that's the twisted side of things today, where we keep one basis of what we expect men to do, and then we have a double standard away some of the other things. Because yes, if we go out to eat, and this is a difference again with a grown woman, if you are my man and I know that you make less money than me, right? It is normally typically the man that's going to feel like he wants to provide, he's going to want to pay, whether he can afford to do it or not. You get what I'm saying? If I make more than you, you're never going to be in a position to feel like when we go out,
you got to feel some kind of way.
That you're going to feel some kind of way. If I have to make sure that you have the money in your account or however it is, so when you come out, you can pull that card out.
I've done that before too.
Man, that's what I'm gonna have you do. I'm not gonna ever. I don't want you to feel like less of.
But I feel like that's.
I was gonna say I done broke off before we left the house, just so you can feel like you paying.
But you know what that is? That's a part of letting a man be a man, right? In a sense.
And
but I think it's key on how comfortable this man is taking my money too much. Now, if he just like, yeah, baby, we finna go out. Come on, let's scale me off. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time he just cool with it, I'm like, hold up, partner. But I want him to have some type of like, damn, baby, you know what? I got you back. Or I'm finna, we on this come up when I get back on my feet. Like, I need to know that
he invites you out one night and you probably expecting you got to scale him off, and he like, no, baby.
Right. Let me know you. Let me know you on the same team.
Exactly.
Let me know we on the same team. That's it.
Do it. I cook for you, because I feel like women appreciate that more.
In other words, I ain't got nothing to eat good tonight, so come on.
But that's being creative. That's being creative, and that's still doing something. And I think a lot of times women get upset about that, like the lack of effort. Like, I know you ain't got it, but you ain't even trying. Like, you ain't even got it, but you won't even stay at home. You ain't got it, but you won't even clean up around here. And I think we're dismayed to that too.
Well, let's be real on this now. Let me ask you from this perspective then, from a woman's perspective now, right? Because we say we want that romance, and that can equate to you not having the dollars and cents. But today, is that really true?
Is it enough?
When you say, okay, boo, I made you picnic. I'm doing a picnic in the park. And they feel like a picnic in the park. Why are we not going to the most expensive restaurant in Atlanta?
True.
So it's like we can say that that's what we want, because there was a day in time that's what women wanted. But in today's society,
I think there's still some women out there.
I think some women
still. It's the younger generation, the millennials. They not into that, but it's still some real. Even some millennials. It all goes back to how you raise.
Right.
There's some of these older women that been a little burnt out too by other dudes. Because I think like our generation, 2017, men are more aware. Like, we really are more aware than our predecessors, right? So all the other stuff, I feel like it's a backlash from before. Like, the mamas and them was telling their daughters, don't get caught up like me. But us as men, we were raised by black women. We respect, for the most part, we respect women. You know what I mean? We want to think about how they be raised.
That's not like you telling me to speak for myself. Like, you just different. Y'all might just be different.
No, for me, I don't like taking money from no woman. Like, straight up, if I don't got it, we ain't going out. Like, I'm going to do something for free on the side. We don't do that until you ask me, like, oh, well, what's going on? I might, and then there goes back to communication. I might tell you and I might not, depending on the type of person you are. But for the most part, though, that whole scaling me off thing, I don't like that. Even if we together, like,
even if you tell them,
I think it's a difference between dating and then like being in a relationship with somebody. See, some of those things kind of sound like they're overlapping. Like if I'm just dating, we just hanging out. My financial business ain't your concern. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't there yet.
If you ain't got no money,
right? We just ain't hanging out. But now we're in a relationship.
But so that's what she's saying. The difference is if we're dating, you shouldn't be trying to date me and take me. That's why they say date on your level. You shouldn't be trying to take me out to eat if you can't afford to take me out to eat. You get what I'm saying? But if we're together, that shouldn't have the same level of precedence that it plays when you're dating, because I know what your situation is. If I don't know, then that's a problem in itself. You know, so I think that she's correct in saying there's a difference when you're dating and when you're in a
right. Because if it's just somebody I'm kicking it with, then none of this stuff really matters. But if it's somebody you trying to build and have something with, I think
All right, we're gonna take a quick break because we is steaming it up in here on these topics. Let's take a little breather real quick, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Listening to Word of Mind Radio, then you're seriously missing out. Hosts Trey Grizzy and Nine Ether share their perspectives on everything from social issues that affect our communities to relationships and trends that affect us all. Guaranteed to teach you something new. Word of Mind is engaging.
The only way that we can do this is do it together. So I love you. We all love you.
Empowering.
Somebody dropped the ball somewhere because we want our kids to forget the struggles that we went through. But the struggles that we went through is what got us to where we are now.
And definitely entertaining.
Let's try out one of them wholesome names like Virtue, but back in the day they called it Dirty. They called it
Dirty Gertie.
Dirty Gertie. Flirty Gertie. You know what I mean?
Y'all are horrible.
Yeah. Tune in and learn up every Tuesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Only on IBNX Radio.
DC. EA.
She see money all around me. I look like I'm the man. But I was
Okay, so I got a situation today on what the problem. Today's situation is a roommate situation. We got a roommate, 2 women. They best friends. Now, make the situation quick. The best friend says, one of the girls say, when she leaves, when her friend leaves, she locks her door every time. Now, when they're there, everything's fine. She don't mind her going. She's fine when she go in the room, whatever. But she says every time she leaves, she locks her bedroom door, and she feels some kind of way about that. She feels like she's trying to say something, and she wants to know if it means something. She say something, and
her roommate locks her bedroom door.
Her roommate locks her bedroom door every time she leaves.
How the hell you know? How you know if my door unlocked if you weren't trying to take your nose ass in there?
She says she sees. Oh, well, she didn't say. She sees her lock it. I guess
there's nothing wrong with locking your door to keep people out, because she, like, y'all are roommates. You don't have to necessarily tell me who comes over. You may invite your boyfriend and 2 of his homeboys in the living room while y'all in the room. So there, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Right. I mean, protecting my stuff. I'm locking my room up.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I think that's proactive. I'm locking my door so I don't have to worry about.
Now, if I lock you out of the house,
too, locking your door. It's America, not Canada. You gotta lock your stuff up.
And my thing is, why do people take stuff so personal? Like, what does me locking my door have to do with you? Like, why do you care? Why is that on your mind? Why are you concerned with that? This is me and my
feels like
door.
she's trying. She's
taking it personal.
Yeah, she's taking it personal, and I'm the same way. Why does everything have to be taken so personal?
Nah, baby, don't take that personal.
And even if it is, like, you can never really truly know somebody. I don't care how good y'all know each other. You never really know how somebody is. I mean, there's no less about it. You can never know. Like, I've known people who bestest friends with, I trust them with everything, but they're klepto, you know what I'm saying? Might, at the right situation.
Or she could have had a previous experience that was just, that didn't turn out well for her. Okay, I had this one roommate who took all my stuff while I went to the store. I don't want to go through that again, so I locked my door. Like, you don't know what a person, why,
Right.
Yeah, but
the roommate that's locking her door should ask the other roommate why she's not locking her door.
Okay.
Right. Like, why you hit him with the
sarcasm?
Because I trust you.
I don't think you.
Okay.
I don't even think it has anything to do with trust. Like Tippy said, what happened if you had the wrong kind of company?
And here's how she responded to it. And also in the question, it was she don't have nothing in there, so it's like, what does she think I'm gonna take?
It don't matter.
So if it's in there, then why do you care that she locked her door?
Why did she? Why did the person internalize it in the first place? Because I locked the door doesn't mean I locked it. Me locking it had anything to do with you? Why did you take it personal in the first place?
Right.
I
just that's one of them ones. Like, I think you just need to back off and chill out on that.
And lock your door.
Taking it a little too, and lock your door. Take the note. Take the hint. And if she is trying to say something, I mean,
I had my house broken too, so I'm real funny about even people being in my house, let alone in my room. So, like I said, I understand that she may have had a house broken to, and like, it's just a habit now. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it with me. Like,
and you never know what's in. I mean, unless you been all through her stuff, you don't know what's in her room.
Exactly.
Yeah, she might not be telling you. She is locking her door.
And maybe she do.
All right, she might got a little sex dungeon hidden in the closet. She don't want you to know about.
But past experiences do define the choices and the decisions that you make, whether we like it or not, consciously or subconsciously. And you have to respect that. When it comes to other people, because regardless whether you admit it or not, you do it yourself.
Right. We all do it with something. I lock my door every time I leave the house. I lock my door because I want my kids in my room.
For real? Yeah, I just have that.
I thought he meant his front door. I'm like, I would hope you lock your front door.
No, my bedroom door.
I hate locked doors. Everybody knows that. Right. I will melt down at a locked door. Like, like, it's just this thing. I just feel like
no
I
lock doors.
Because your kids know that to go in your room.
Boy,
you better
know.
That don't mean they won't do it.
Yes, that means they won't do it.
I knew not to go in my mama's room.
No, you really didn't know. You really didn't know.
What is this?
Something about a locked door just tells you,
My door is not locked. My door, I'm not locking my door. Like, you know, this is my house. I say don't go in my room. Don't go in my room.
Right.
Simple. It's done. But yeah, as a roommate,
some
though,
things
I'm
you can't
locking
take
my door.
back. That's all I'm saying. They might not
Go in
listen.
there and get scarred.
Scarred
What
for
you
life.
got in your room, Tori?
No, I'm not saying me. I'm just saying.
What you got in your room?
Talking from experience.
Oh, okay. I'm curious. All right, that was a good show.
Anyway.
Lock your doors, everyone.
Right.
The shades of
keep your
Trey.
doors
Right.
locked. And I feel like this with anything. If you set a pattern, just you don't have to question it. Like I used to have a conversation about my door being closed. Like I used to not like the door closed, and the kids, I don't like the kids in my room. You know, that's my sanctuary. That's our sanctuary. So now every time the door closed, you know something going down, right? That's the only time the door closed, right?
No, the door
That's
closed
what
all
I'm
the
saying.
time. Right.
If you close it all the time, I'm building a thing here. If I'm just in the room and I just want to be
Man.
away,
In my
close the
elevator.
door.
Go ahead. That was great. I thought about that today. Awesome.
I'm closing the door just so you get used to it. Now my door stay closed all the time. Like not closed all the way, but it's closed. It's cracked, but it's closed. You can't see in. So if my door closed at some random point, you don't have no reason to think something going on. You just know his door closed. But if my door is always open, I'm just saying.
Right.
So,
Great point. We're glad you keep your door closed so don't nobody know what's going on behind it.
I ain't nothing going on, but I'm just saying.
Thank you,
Bill,
Tippy.
You know,
Thank y'all.
For
Word
coming
of Mine
in.
special edition.
Thank you, Keith, for your input on the show today. Thank you, ladies, for your question and input. I needed that. We kind of didn't let them testosterone take over all the way. Yeah, we represented.
Let us be men.
And Mike, thanks also for joining us.
It was awesome.
All right, so great show.
Great show. Make sure you follow us at Word of Mine Radio everywhere socially. Make sure you follow me, TR3GRIZZY.
And me at Brown Skin Goddess. And that's
Only one Tippy, T-I-P-Y. Follow me, please. I need more followers.
Social?
I have no social media.
Oh my! Okay.
You have to
follow
me.
no social media.
You have to come to me. You
right.
have to find a way into my phone.
No
Keith, you
IG,
got to
like-
know, Keith. You got to earn your way into his social. So,
You know it's IBNX Radio.
Right.
Outside of that, it's private.
okay. So for Keith, make sure you follow IBNX Radio. Do that anyway if you ain't already did it. And yeah, we already over time. So we out of here. Peace out. Appreciate y'all. Peace out.
peace.
Straight crazy Cajun and hey, we catch up next time. Let your mind tell me no same place, same time. Next Tuesday night, what am I? With the show where you go, something really alright. Alright, enough of that. Show's over. You ain't gotta go home, but we do. Peace. IBNX Radio.